Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to living La Dolce Vita, formerly Mark's allotment. So, bit of an update on. I think it's the 8th of May. Was it the 6th? I don't know. Right, as I say, quick update. Now then. Okay, so you just saw me doing some little some prepping on this soil here. Now I'm going to try and make this a no-dig method as well, similar to my allotment. So, but as in previous video, going back a while now, I think I mentioned that the fact I want to use this to grow vegetables. So I've hit a bit of a snag on the back garden refurb, which I've dug a trench now ready to take footings, etc. But the problem is I cannot get a hold of sand, cement and gravel, you know, the concrete mix. Because I'm using such small amounts, I don't want to buy big 10 bags of gravel and 10 bags of sand, and because I just wouldn't use the material up. Unfortunately, the supplies have basically dried up, and then with B&Q and Wickes, which is our local superstores, so I'm in a bit of a fix at the moment. So what I thought in the meantime is to get some vegetable plants, because I just haven't had the time to raise my own, or I haven't really got the facilities at the moment to raise my own plants. So I'm buying them in. I mean, to be honest, it's probably more economical for me to buy the plants than to actually buy packets and packets of seed, which will last me years. And then of course they become unviable. Anyway, so I bought some plants. I'll show you them in a minute. And so the idea is I'm going to plant a few here in this section, and any remainder over the allotment. So to that end, I've been prepping. Let's say I'm hoping to be no dig as much as possible. So I've just been lightly going over the surface, get these disturbing these weeds, and some of these are actually look like cabbage or brassica seedlings. So, not all of them, of course, but anyway, so they'll die off as long as I keep disturbing the soil, the surface. Right, let's see what plants we've got. Anyway, so we have, and they're starting to look a bit sorry for themselves. Right, we have some Brussels sprouts, and what are they? Does it say what variety this is? Gosh, it doesn't. Does it say? I can't see on there. No. If I do find out what the variety, I'll put in a note on the film itself. Calabrese and some round cabbage. So I think, what does it say here? Planting spacings rather, 24 to 30 inches apart. So yeah, 24. What's this one? More or less the same. That's slightly closer. What are these? 12 to 8 inches, but to be honest, I'll use the same spacings. So I could probably get 3. No, I'll just do 2 Brussels sprouts here, because 2 of those will give me a lot of sprouts if they come well enough, and I'll have more over the allotment anyway if I do need more. So this is just to give me an idea how this system's going to work, hopefully. So I'll have 2 Brussels sprouts, 2 Calabrese, and I may get 3 cabbage in here. We'll see how that works, and then I'm hoping to put some runner beans up this end, because I've dug a trench here previously and put a load of kitchen waste in there. So I've just got to make sure there's enough space between the plants here and the next lot here. Right, just to let you know, I generally tend to get my information from this book here, The Vegetable Expert, Dr. D.J. Hessayan, something like that, and he does other ones, you know, similar books for fruit, etc. And then inside, bear with me, sorry about the camera work, and then inside you get all this sort of information on, depending on what you on the plants, etc. Pretty good. So, you know, I mean, I don't follow it religiously. I just sort of, it just gives me a rough idea of what I need to do. So I'm just going to put a few of these in. Now then, at some point I will get a short piece of planking to go across here for me to walk on, but I'm just using this mat at the moment. Okay, so bear with me while I put the camera down. Right, so it should give me enough space there to put the runner beans in. I'll give her another. Let's have a look. Yeah, that should be enough. One there, well, sort of, let's look, one there, roughly. That's all in. Yeah, that should be about it. It's not a precise science, obviously. Let me just go by the look. So these are 2 Brussels sprouts. Right, now then. With Brussels sprouts, we need, let me just get a bit of whistling. So with Brussels, unfortunately this soil is still a bit, you know, loose. It needs to be compacted down really. So what I'm going to do, because I know over time the soil will sink as it weathers. So what I'm going to do is, and this may seem very deep, but I'm going to I've done this method before, where, you know, some people they dig a trench, put the Brussels sprout plants in, and as they grow they gradually fill in the trench. And what that does, it gives the roots a really deep and solid anchor. So, but when you're doing a few plants like this, just digging a hole will be this, is more or less the same. So this, as I say, this soil is very, and that's good sign. The worm. As I say, this soil is quite friable, soft. So, you know, it needs to settle really. I suppose I should have walked on it. I'm just going to firm that in. Now, as I say, over time, what's going to happen? I'll water these in as well shortly. Oh, another worm. That's a good sign. As these grow, the soil will fill in, backfill, and it'll get firmed up. Right, so that's the that's the Brussels sprouts. What's next? Calabrese. Just going to turn the camera a little bit. So move this back. So you see how much it's sunk down. No idea what that is. Oh, oh dear. Right. Got a funny feeling that's the pear tree. Let's see. Right, that's the colour breeze. One more cabbage. Okay, so I've watered all those in now, and we'll see how they come. Now, obviously, these are next to this pear tree. Now, I have been toying with the idea of removing this pear tree, because you get a few pears off it, but it's nothing to shout at home about. And yeah, I'll see how it does this year, but it may come out. Anyway, so we'll see if that one there, how that thrives next to the pear tree. It's got two chances, as they say. Right, so I'm going to sign off for now, and I shall see you shortly over the plot. Bye for now. Hello everybody, and welcome back then to Living La Dolce Vita. I've now transferred over to the allotment. So I'm just going to turn the camera around and show you what I'll be doing now in the next few minutes. So as you can see, I have I've got several beds of broad beans, but I'm going to use this particular bed here to plant my Brussels sprouts in. I'll probably do this one for the Calabrese, and then this one for cabbages. Oh, actually no, I can't, because that's got onion sets in. Yeah, I'll bring it up to speed shortly. Right, so I'll probably use this one for cabbages. I mean, I could use that one, I suppose, but just use this one. Right, now, in going back, was it last year or the year before, I did a little experiment where I planted my my Brussels sprouts in between my broad beans. So you can see the stage of growth of my broad beans at the moment. These were planted in February. I know you can plant them in November, but I don't usually bother because they tend to not do so well for some reason. But anyway, these were planted in February. I've got a couple of misses here and there, but on the whole I think I was pretty thorough in picking out the bad seed. Right, so the idea is I'm going to plant a Brussels sprout plant, and I'm going to put it in between these two here. Actually get that weed out while I'm at it. So basically it's going to go in the middle of the bed, widthwise. I mean, I could put it here, could put it there, or I could, no, I'll just put it there. That gives me enough space from the end of the path, because if I grow a whole bed of Brussels sprouts, it'll be way over the top for what my needs. I mean, obviously I can give some away to family and stuff. So, you know, so if I get it, I am getting some more plants off my friend. So if I plant the whole bed, and then we'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm burbling now. So basically what's going to happen, I'll put the plant in between here, and then I'll let them carry on growing. Now what I'm looking for is for these particular two anyway, to grow big enough to protect the plant, hopefully, from what you may ask, but for some reason, and I'm not really sure, it may just be pure coincidence that I didn't get any slug damage and the birds left them alone. Probably maybe because they're camouflaged among all the green amongst everything else. But that, as I say, that may be coincidence. Anyway, so when these grow to reasonable size and I can be confident that the nitrogen on the roots of these plants are well developed, what I shall do then is I'll cut these down, and then the roots will remain, and hopefully that the nitrogen on the roots will dissolve and then feed the Brussels sprouts. Now, I'm not sure if it'll work for things like summer cabbage and that, because obviously they're maturing a lot earlier than Brussels, because these Brussels now won't be ready for harvesting best part of November, December this year, so it's got a long time for the nitrogen to dissolve into the ground. So that's the theory I'm going with. We'll see this year if it works. It's obviously not a scientific experiment, but it seemed to work. It was either last year or the year before. It seemed to work for me then, so I'm going to do it again this year and see what happens. Okay, and once more I'm going to dig a really deep hole and then put the plant in, leave it uncovered, and then as the plant grows I'll backfill, and that way the Brussels sprout has got a good anchor to stop it rocking, which is what it doesn't like apparently. Anyway, so I'm going to put the camera down. I hope you can hear me, but I've got a bit of weeding to do, but I'm only going to weed enough around where I'm going to put the plant in for the time being, because I've got other things to do. So I'm just going to clear enough weed to facilitate me planting the Brussels sprouts. So that should, nothing else around there, that's good. Right, so we put that bang in the middle of there. Get the stones out. Right, that should be good enough for what I need. Yeah. Right, there we are. Okay, so I'm not going to film every single plant I'm planting, but it's basically the same process, and I shall move them up. What did we say? What does it say on here? Every 24 to 30 inches. So, well, perhaps about there. I should be about somewhere around about there. I should do it. Okay, and what I shall do in a minute is take you around the plot and bring you up to speed. Bye for now. Well, once again, hello and welcome back everybody to Living La Dolce Vita. As you can probably see, we're down at the allotment. I've now just put the various brassicas in, so I thought I'd just give you a quick update then. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at this section of broad beans. Nothing in here at the moment, and obviously there's a little bit of rhubarb. I thought I dug all the rhubarb plant out, but there's a little bit being left behind and he's growing, so I'll leave him for this year, and end of the season I'll dig him out and maybe transplant him or something. So in this row then I've put 2, 3, 4, 5 the ball-head cabbages. In this row are my onions. So I don't know if you can just about see them. Hopefully. And like the brassicas, what I shall do is I'll let them grow to a certain size, and then I'll just cut the broad beans down. Now, bizarrely, I bought these what are they called, shallots from Aldi's. They were for eating, not for planting like this. Well, they weren't designed for that, but they don't seem to be showing any sign of sprouting, so I'm wondering if that's a non-starter. maybe a bit cold for them yet. We'll see. So it was worth a go considering the cost of them. Right, so that's that. And in this row we've got the Calibris. 1, 2, 3, 4 plants in there. And obviously I've got some left, some at home as well. And in here we've got the Brussels sprouts. 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. Yeah, 4 plants in there. Right, so that's now needs quite a bit of weeding on this patch. I think it's down to the compost that I made, but I just can't get it hot enough. So anyway, right, so here we have the 2 asparagus beds, and I've had a crop already off them, and it was very delicious indeed. So I'm not going to overdo it with the cropping, because technically it should be another year to let them get established. But this side is not done as well as this side. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, they are coming up now, and also my strawberry plants, which this is another experiment. So yes, it's they are growing slowly. Oh, there's another one there. I thought didn't show it, didn't realise there was anything there. Oh, right, okay. So it's doing better than I actually thought. Perhaps I'm a bit too pessimistic. So now, I don't know if you can see, something's having a real good go with this one. I'm not sure, well, it could be slugs. I've put some slug pellets down. I don't like putting slug pellets down, but in this instance I've put a few down as recommended by my friend's son, who grows this on a commercial basis up in Gloucestershire. So he's suggested putting a few slug pellets down. Anyway, so yeah, and some of these are monsters. So good God, yeah, something's having to go with these, and they grow in a rather peculiar way as well. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but there we are. Yeah, this is where I've taken some from. But yes, we'll see. Yeah, okay, happy with that. So all this section here has been, well, with the exception of that, and has been transplanted from last year up here. So these, I'm sure these are my black currant or red currant. I can't quite remember now. Maybe, well, it doesn't really matter. It'll show up eventually. Blackberry. Now then. Right, I'm not quite sure which is which. Oh, here we are. What's this? Right, this is the Tayberry. And this is the blackberry. Now then. Oh, it's hanging in there. Yeah, it's obviously the rootstock is still viable, because obviously this wouldn't grow. Yeah, okay. I was looking at that a few days ago, and it didn't look too healthy. And of course we've got gooseberries. So these will need a bit of trimming, because obviously I wanted to grow like what do they call it now? Oh, I've forgotten. I want them to split so I can grow several branches off the cordon, is it? Something like that. Here's my rhubarb being transplanted. They're coming nicely. Now this is either red currant or black currant. I think it's probably more likely to be a red currant. More gooseberries. Fennel. Now then. They are starting to show, but very slow. There's some carrots coming up here. I need to plant a few more in these beds. And I'd given up on these parsnips, but as you can probably see, I hope you can see, they're starting to come. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, because quite frankly I don't, because there's only two of us now, you know, I'm not going to be eating parsnips every day. So and of course got another 2 beds of broad beans here. Now some of you may be thinking, oh, good gracious, what do you want all those broad beans for? Well, of course I don't, but it's mainly for, you know, I'll take what I need for myself to eat. It's mainly to put nitrogen into the soil, really. That's the main reason. And of course, you know, I'll collect seed off it for next year. So yeah, this is all looking a bit scruffy now because I had to put weed killer down because it wasn't dying off. So as I say, I don't like doing all these chemicals and stuff, but sometimes you have to, you know, I don't do it as a regular basis, but certainly as one-offs just to help me along. I made a mistake last year by putting in this green manure, which really you either dig it in or you kill it off with weed killers. So I won't be doing that again, obviously. Right, and then this is my James Greaves apple. Now let me just go around the other side so I can show you more, better view of it. So I don't know how many years ago, I cut it off mainly to get the tree away from the hedge because it was getting a lot of canker and stuff like that, you know. So I was thinking maybe the hedge was not allowing it to breathe properly. So I cut it off. And I thought, well, if it died, it died. But it sprouted, and so this is the result. And so I left one grow vertically here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to grow laterally, like an espalier. And as you can see, heck of a lot of blossom. So if all these can develop into apples, I'll be well pleased. And the bumblebees are loving the flowers. And bit of comfrey. So the reason for the comfrey here is to they go down deep to draw up nutrients, and all I do then is chop it down and just lay it as a mulch around the roots of the tree, and eventually it all works its way in and fertilises the tree. Now then, as you can see, I've chopped this one down as well, and this was done either last year, yeah, or the year before, I can't remember now. It doesn't really matter. But, and then I was looking at it and I thought, oh, nothing, it's just dead, nothing's coming. But lo and behold, I don't know if you can see, there's a couple of shoots coming here, and I don't think there's any others coming, but they may do. So, with any luck, this one I will cultivate him into doing something similar to that one. So brilliant. Despite my best efforts to kill it off, by accident, my horseradish is still growing. Okay everybody, welcome back, and apologies for the break in transmission. Somebody was desperate for my attention for some reason. Anyway, so as you can see, my potatoes are up. They seem to have survived all the frosts that we had recently, despite all the concerns about my fellow gardeners down here. And of course, that's looking a lot tidy now when I put the slabs down there. I've got a few more slabs left, so I may just put some more down, I don't know yet. Raspberries are coming up nicely, my new ones. Oh, they need tying in, so I'll have to sort them out. And this apple tree, despite my efforts to kill it off, is producing piles of blossom again. It really does very well, this apple tree, I don't know. More raspberries. Now I've left these in because obviously I want to crop off these before I dig them out and dispose of them, because these are getting quite old now. So I need to wait until the top ones are producing, see where I am with everything, and then I can get rid of these and dispose of them. Now then, what's this thing doing? Well, it's still alive. There's a little bit of blossom on it. Yeah, looks like it. And I think this is a pear tree. Yeah, yeah, it's all a bit of a mess down here at the moment, as you can probably see. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do now with all this polytunnel, because I've bought proper polytunnel polythene with the idea of putting it over this, but it's so flimsy, the tubing. I'm debating whether to bite the bullet and actually buy a proper polytunnel which would be wider than that, because I got the space, let's be honest. And the tubing would be a lot more robust. So that's what I may do, but I'm not desperate for it. Yeah, so there we are. So everybody, this is going to be quite a long film, I would imagine, but you know, I try and keep the films as short as possible. But yes, that's the way things go. Right, so I'm going to sign off for now. I think I've covered just about everything, and I shall see you in the next episode. Bye for now.